What's up, future millionaires? Billy Wilson here, and in this video I wanted to cover why I don't do contracts, because I get asked all the time, Billy, what do you do for contracts for social media marketing clients? And this is actually like one of the most recommended videos that people ask me to do, is like do a video on how to do contracts for clients. So because I don't do contracts for clients anymore, and I'll explain why, I'm obviously not going to make a video on how to do contracts because I'm not the best person to talk to about that. But this is not a video for me to like argue why you shouldn't do contracts. This should be your own decision. I'm not saying don't do contracts. I'm not saying do contracts. Like, this is your own decision, and don't try to argue. I'm not trying to start an argument or anything like that. All I'm doing in this video is just sharing my personal experience with you, telling you why I personally don't do contracts. So let's jump right into it. So the reason I don't do contracts is, the number one reason is just simplicity. And I already see the comments getting like really heated and angry. People are talking about, oh, there's so much liability on your hands, Billy, you could get sued by the businesses you're working with, or like, what if you accidentally share a password, or all this kind of other stuff. Okay, guys, to be honest, I'm not really worried about that. And maybe I'll actually talk to my lawyer after doing this video in like the next couple of weeks about doing contracts for my clients. But I'm just here to explain to you guys why I don't do contracts. And if I'm gonna put it simply, the main way is just simplicity. It's kind of like, if you guys have ever done contracts before, it's such a hassle to get your client to sign the contract, read the whole contract right when you're starting your agency. That's just one of the reasons. The second reason is because when you have a contract in place, it might mean that your client just doesn't trust you as much. If you have to have a contract in place in order for your client to trust you, that's not a really good working relationship with your client. And it sounds more like they're kind of just boxing you around, telling you to make a contract or all this stuff, rather than you guys having a mutually beneficial relationship. The other reason I don't do contracts is actually, I use it as a selling point, and this is actually probably the number one main reason that I do it. I use the fact that I don't do contracts pretty much as a selling point in every single one of my meetings. And the reason that is because by not having a contract, I am therefore forced to get the client's results, or they're not gonna pay me the next month's payment. And that's beneficial to them because, obviously they know that I'm committed to getting them results, and I don't do any like long-term contracts. I don't lock them in a 6 months contract. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing to do, so don't try to like argue or say something else. I'm just telling you guys, once again, this is what I do. I only do month to month. So if I don't get them results in the first month, they're probably gonna leave. And to be honest with you guys, I rarely have a client leave. Out of the last like 5-6 clients I've only had one of them leave because they didn't get results. And actually only one is left out of my last 5 clients. So I've gotten really, really good at providing clients with results, and I hope you guys can do that with your agency as well. That I now use it as a selling point in my agency that, look, we don't do any contracts because I don't wanna work with you if you guys aren't getting a good thing out of this relationship. The only thing I care about is getting you guys the best results possible, so that's why we don't do any contracts. We just do month to month that way. And we just know that you guys will keep paying us because we're gonna get you such great results that you'll want to keep paying us. So that's the number one main reason I don't do contracts. The other part of it too is, and the other main reason I don't do it is because of all the work that's involved with them. Getting a client signed up on a contract and like writing all the services that you're going to do, especially if you have to change the contract each time for all the clients. You're gonna have to send it to them, they're gonna have to sign it back, you're gonna have to bug the client to do it. I have just overall been simplifying my agency as much as possible so that it's a better experience for the clients and also a better experience for us. So we get the results as little time as possible. There's less mistakes that can be made. And think about, I've spent literally like 3 hours writing a contract for a client, when that 3 hours could have been spent actually getting the client results and getting them better results. So that's a really huge thing I don't like about contracts. And I'm gonna actually talk to my lawyer and maybe get his opinion on it. And then after I talk to my lawyer, then I'll maybe post a comment in this video on like what my lawyer says about doing the no contract thing, see if he recommends against it or if it doesn't really matter. So maybe I'll do that a couple of days after this video or something like that. I'll actually maybe send him an email even right after this video so you guys can get that kind of extra content there. But put simply, that is why I don't do contracts. And if you're wondering where I even got this idea from, the idea of not doing contracts for me came from Billy Genius Marketing. And I can remember in one of his webinars, something like that, he has a pretty large agency, guys, and he doesn't do any contracts. And pretty much the same reason as me, because it just simplifies the whole process. It's way less of a hassle for a client. There's just so many things involved with it, having to write it custom made every single time and all of this junk. The only thing that he does is he also tells the clients, we don't do any contracts. The only thing that I ask you is if you want to cancel the services, just let us know 30 days beforehand. So that way we can go ahead and fix things up for you in case things aren't working. So that's another bonus tip if you want to add on as well. You guys can like tell your clients to give you a 2-week notice or at least a 30-day notice if they plan on canceling, so that way that you have a heads up and you can try to improve the results, or we can fix whatever kind of issue is happening. You can do that as well, but that's overall where I got the idea of no contracts from. Other than that, kind of a short video today. Let me know your guys' opinions below. Don't turn this into an argument, by the way. This is not about an argument. Give constructive feedback. Let me know you guys' opinions and like what you're doing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.